Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace.
What's up? How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Great. Look, you know who it is. Kevin K. Go Hard. Some people call me KK. Some people call me Sovereign King K. Hey, I go by many names. Now look, today we're going to talk about a little very sensitive issue. Okay? We're going to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. All right? Now, in this video, I'm going to show footage that Sodom and Gomorrah was found in the about 1989, 1990. We're going to prove that Sodom and Gomorrah was actually found then. Okay? So I'm going to show the footage, you know what I mean? Because, well, we're not going to get into too much detail right now. But, yeah. Okay? And then, with that being said, like, you're going to see, like, the question is going to have to be asked, like, if it was found in 1989, 1990, why nobody talked about it? You know? Why nobody talked about it? No, you know, it hasn't came up or nothing. So, it's very unusual, but it's definitely a reason for that. And, you know, we're going to look into it. We're going to look into it. So, let's go ahead and start this little adventure into Sodom and Gomorrah.
Ron Wyatt claimed to rediscover the ruins of ancient Gomorrah, the actual place where God rained down fire from the sky. And to begin showing you the evidence of this, I want to introduce you to Lotan from KJV Pictures, who has actually been to the place where Ron Wyatt claimed was Gomorrah.
Hey everyone, Lotan here from KJV Pictures. Super excited to make this video because when Brother Brandon told me he was making this study, I had a few things to add. You see, Ron Wyatt's videos were some of the first videos I saw as a newborn Christian, and having family in Israel myself, I decided to go check out some of his findings firsthand. One finding in particular, because if true, for me, it would be sort of a smoking gun discovery, and that was the location of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Now I'm gonna give you like some backstory, okay? Now Sodom and Gomorrah, they were pretty much two cities, okay? The cities were very lush, okay? I'm talking about, you know, vegetation. It was just like vegetation and you had what they call the Dead Sea, whatever. It was just full of like life, okay? Very beautiful, beautiful places, okay? So, yeah, very lush, very lush. You know, they compared Sodom and Gomorrah to like the Garden of Eden. All right. Now the thing with Sodom and Gomorrah is they also said that the people there were basically proud. Okay, basically they had a lot of pride. They had a lot of pride. They thought a lot of themselves. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like they had the big head, okay? You know the type of people we talking about. You know, the type of people you can't really tell them nothing. You know what I mean? They just feel like, yeah, you know what I mean? Everything is all about them, okay? That type of pride. All right. So this is what was going on. This is what was going on in these cities, okay? So, and basically what was going on in these cities is basically because they felt so much about themselves, they basically felt like they could do whatever they wanted to do. Okay, so I would assume that this is a place where rules don't apply. Okay, now you had the Most High, and the Most High God. Okay, he has rules. He has things that we can that he allows us to do, and then he has things that he doesn't want us to do which he calls sins. So in Sodom and Gomorrah, basically there were no rules, so they were committing all types of deeds that was wrong in the sight of God. Okay, so just know that. Just know that going in. Okay, I'm not gonna go too fast. I'm not gonna go too fast on this video. Okay, since we right here, you might as well go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. You know what I mean? And go ahead and subscribe. All right, go ahead and subscribe to the channel while we at it. All right. So we can bring attention to this video, because this video is gonna be real. It's gonna be real eye opening. It's gonna be real eye opening. Okay. It's gonna be something you probably never seen before. And this is also gonna prove that the Bible is true, because a lot of things that's in it are true, and places and events have been discovered, okay, which proves the validity of the Bible. So that's what I'm gonna say for right now.
Ron had claimed to discover this location in, I believe, 1990, and his discoveries were quite shocking. Architecture, brimstone, sulfur balls, the whole 9 yards. But no one in the Christian community seemed to ever talk about it. I don't know, I had to check it out for myself. So I went on his website, and using only this map, I made my way to the supposed location of Gomorrah. As you can see, I wasn't working with a whole lot. The road we took to the Dead Sea spit us out right around here, and then we traveled up the coast until I eyed a piece of white, ash-colored land where the map suggested Gomorrah would be.
Okay, so I forgot to mention Ron Wyatt. Okay, Ron Wyatt, he's the one that made the discovery of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so, and he also discovered some other things too. Okay, he made quite a few discoveries. Okay, but we'll get to that. We'll get to those other discoveries in another video. You know what I mean? If the public wants me to report on it. Okay, so basically, Cat Williams, right? Cat Williams, he just did an interview. He had just did an interview on the Joe Rogan Experience, right? And those two mentioned Sodom and Gomorrah in this interview. Okay, so in that video, Cat Williams had mentioned that the story of Sodom and Gomorrah is what people refer to back, as far as it's saying that God doesn't like gay people. Okay, that's what Cat Williams had said. Okay, and then Joe Rogan had, in that interview, he had mentioned that oral S is sodomy. Okay, now I'm gonna point out the fact that sodomy comes from Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so sodomy, that word actually comes from this biblical story. Okay, now before I go forward with saying that, because I don't remember that Cat Williams and Joe Rogan did a disclaimer, but this isn't about bashing or discriminating against or giving any hate speech towards the LGBT that community. Okay, now Cat Williams said that that's a story that they say where God don't like gay people, but it's a difference between liking people and liking what they do. Okay, it's two different things. Okay, so I'm just making that clear, up front. Okay, so like I said, I guess we'll leave it right there. We'll leave it right there for right now. But yeah, I don't think it's about not liking nobody. But in Sodom and Gomorrah, you got to understand that there were, like I said, there were no rules. Meaning anything everything went down in these cities. Okay, meaning that those events was going on. You know what I mean? Those activities was going on. It could have been pretty much everything you could imagine was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, incest could have been going on. The whole pedo activities going on. Animals was most likely getting violated. Okay, like I said, the Bible says this place was like very, very wicked. Okay, and I would imagine so when we get to like what actually was done to these cities. Okay, and I would imagine so. I would imagine so. Murder was going on there, of course. Cannibalism, like anything, just pick something. It probably was going on in these cities. Okay, so anyway, let's continue.
There was no parking lot or anything, no tourists or anyone for that matter, just a two-way road up and down the coast of the Dead Sea. So we pulled the car over and just started walking. Right away, a large ziggurat-type structure greeted us. Hey, look, it's me. You can see from the picture that this is still the entrance of the city because you can still see desert plants. And we know from Deuteronomy that no grass or seed will ever take root there. Well, sure enough, as we entered the city, hey look, it's me again. No grass or plants made their home there. You could see straight lines in the walls of the city where houses or other architecture used to be, and you could even see more ziggurat-type structures at major intersections. Although I didn't notice it firsthand on my trip since we only had about a few hours to explore, and you'd probably need about a few days from what I saw. But when I looked at this photo, I noticed in the background other symmetrical type structures off in the distance, and nature just doesn't do that type of thing. All the walls of the valleys were decorated with this swirl-like pattern. It was beautiful to look at, like heat had melted different layers of rock and stone together. But beautiful as it was just dust and ash to the touch. All these structures and ashen remains were great and all, but I still didn't have that smoking gun evidence that I wanted.
Now, right now, we looking at an ancient city. We're looking at an ancient city that is all ash. Okay, this city is all ash. Now, like I said, people who don't know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, the story is that God, the Most High, destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, the story is that He rained down fire and brimstone. He rained down fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, destroying both cities, Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, destroying it with fire and brimstone. Okay, the word brimstone is an ancient word for sulfur. Okay, sulfur. All right. Now, like I said, don't go nowhere because it's more footage. Okay, right now we're showing that this is a very real situation. Okay, so coming up, you're going to see more and more evidence of this actually being true. So you don't want to miss this. Okay, you don't want to miss this because this is definitely a controversial subject. Okay, so like I said, whole town destroyed by God, the Most High, and this whole city that we're looking at right now, the remains of this city, it's all ash. Wow. Okay. Let's continue.
I needed more evidence. I needed to find the sulfur balls that Ron claimed to be scattered all about. That would be my smoking gun. Only then would I be convinced that this was, in fact, the remains of that sinful city that God poured His judgment on thousands of years ago. Sure enough, I found more than a dozen small balls of sulfur scattered about. This is what's left of my personal collection today. I've burned some to show friends and family, and the smell is, well, horrifying. I can only imagine what it must have been like when these balls in their pure form came raining down from heaven on those lost cities. Yeah, if you ask me, I'd say Ron found it, but ultimately it's up to you if you want to believe him or not. But I think the real question is, do his discoveries contradict Scripture? Because if they contradict Scripture, it doesn't matter what I believe. It doesn't matter what you believe. But if they don't, well, for that I'll turn the study back over to Brother Brandon.
Okay, so now I'm assuming that the gentleman that's talking, He comes from a channel called it's called Truth is Christ. Okay, so even though he's looking at this city and he sees that the city is all ash. Okay, it's just ash. You seen footage where people is just touching walls and this and that, and it's just crumbling. Okay, but he said that the real evidence that he needed to see were those sulfur balls. Okay, which is the brimstone that rained down from heaven, the fire that rained down from heaven. Okay, now at this location that they discovered, well, that Ron Wyatt discovered, they found these sulfur balls. Now you're gonna see later on in the video that these sulfur balls, they're not regular sulfur. It's not regular. Okay, this is very unique sulfur. Okay, because I'm gonna give you a little hint. Okay, in a volcano, you can get sulfur from a extremely hot volcano, and basically, even the sulfur that they find in a volcano, it only comes to like 40% sulfur. Okay, but in this location where they're at, okay, Sodom and Gomorrah, this sulfur is 90. It's like 98 to 100% pure sulfur. Okay, so that pretty much says it all. Okay, that pretty much says it all. That's the smoking gun. That's the smoking gun that he was talking about. Okay, now as far as keeping people abreast of the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, you might have to understand that basically it was a man named Lot. Okay, and Lot lived in Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was a righteous man. Okay, it was him and his family. He had like 2 sons, 2 daughters, and a wife. Okay, so before God judged Sodom and Gomorrah, he sent 2 angels down to Sodom and Gomorrah to go get Lot. Okay, to get him and his family out of the city. Okay, so basically, yeah, the 2 angels came down to Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, but the men in Sodom and Gomorrah did not know that those 2 gentlemen were angels. So they basically wanted to, what they say in the Bible, that they wanted to have relations with the 2 people that they perceived as 2 gentlemen. Okay. All right. Now this happened before the city got destroyed. Okay. So I'm just pointing out that, okay, God went down there to send that to go tell this righteous man Lot and his family that he was about to destroy the city, that he needed to leave. Okay, but also to show how wicked that this city was, that these 2 cities were, he pleaded with God. He pleaded with the Most High, like, if you find 50 righteous people, will you destroy the city? And God was like, I'm not going to destroy the city if it's 50 righteous people. He said, well, what if it's 40? He said, I'm not going to destroy the city. What if it's 30, 20? He went all the way down to 10. He said, if there's 10 righteous people in Sodom and Gomorrah, I won't destroy the city. I'm going to give you a shortcut. He destroyed the city. So that shows you that's the story that's leading up to these events. So, moving on.
Now I know what Lotan has showed you is very interesting if you've never seen it before, but I want to establish this with more witnesses so you can really see that this is not just Lotan. There are many people who have verified what Ron Wyatt claimed to find.
That's a good sized one. Still going. That's sulfur. That'll burn right now. Just put a lighter to it and it'll burn until it's gone. Pretty neat stuff. we're going to set it on fire so everybody can see it burn. See it turning yellow, and it starts melting, turning black. Watch,
And it's
it's
burning.
still burning. And pretty soon it'll start running down the wall.
Now that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, them sulfur balls are still flammable. Now, I don't know how old, like how long ago this event occurred, but we all know. Okay, this is back in ancient times type of stuff. Okay, and as you can see, like those sulfur balls are still flammable after this long. After however long that event happened up into that point, they're still flammable. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, they haven't been diluted or nothing. Okay, because when you seen them light it, it didn't take like no long time or nothing. He put that flame on it, boom, it was lit. Like that's crazy. And you see him at the end of that clip because they say the smell is horrific. Okay, the smell of them is horrific. Okay, you heard some chick in the background was like, I smell it too. Like she sounded like she was like far, like where was she at? So the smell when they're burnt is just insane. Okay, it must be a smell you just do not want to smell. Okay, but like I said, this is the smoking gun. This is the smoking gun. This is the signature. The sulfur balls are the signature that event really occurred. Okay, because it's a sulfur you can find nowhere else on Earth. Okay, you cannot find this pure of sulfur nowhere on the Earth except at this place. Amazing. Now, to continue with the backstory. Basically, that the whole city. Why the two angels was because Lot brought him in the house. Okay, Lot brought him in the house and was like, yeah, come on in, wash your feet. You want to spend the night? Okay, Lot cooked a feast. He cooked a feast for them, for everybody to eat, etc., etc. But like I said, the whole city was outside his house. The whole city was outside his house, banging on the door, like basically let them two dudes that's in there. Let them out. Tell them come out here. We trying to have our way. We trying to have our way with them, etc., etc. You know what I mean? Very, very crazy. Very, very scary, crazy. Okay. But as the story goes, this is what happened. This is what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. The whole city was outside to the point where Lot was like, because Lot had two daughters in the house. He had two daughters in the house, virgins. Okay? And basically, Lot was like, take my daughters instead. Okay, Lot was going to give his daughters up instead of them disrespecting or putting their hands on or violating those two who they perceived as gentlemen, just regular men, but angels. You know what I mean? And they did not want the girls. Okay? The dudes outside, they did not want the girls. Two virgin girls, they was like, man, forget them girls. You know what I mean? So this is the story. This ain't, like I said, I ain't here to hurt nobody's feelings. But this is the story that happened. Okay, so as they was bum rushing themselves inside, basically that's when Lot found, because at that point, Lot didn't really know that they was angels, okay? But at the time where they bust in the house and Lot was trying to negotiate, like, go ahead, take my two virgin daughters and leave these two guys alone, then the angels hit the guys with blindness. He blinded them while they were trying to break into the house. So that's when Lot realized he was dealing with two supernatural individuals. Do your research, okay? Okay? You can backtrack all my stories. You can reference check everything I'm saying. Okay, we all got Google. Go ahead and look it up and check it out. All right.
Away from the Dead Sea, it is still possible to find today the remains and ruins of the destroyed cities described in Genesis 19. Although the locals consider these remains to be sand dunes due to 3,500 years of rain erosion, archaeologists like Ron Wyatt and Jake Wilson have discovered evident man-made structures in the area in the 1990s. Formations such as ancient houses, gates, temples, statues can still be spotted in the area. As opposed to regular sulfur, this pale white form of sulfur can only be found in the ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah. It cannot be found in any volcanic area or any mineral museum. Supporting the Genesis account, geothermal activity has never been recorded in the region, so these brimstones could not have come from a volcanic eruption.
Now, right now, we're looking at different witness accounts, okay? Because different people went to the site, and yeah, they're talking about their experiences. So in this part of the video, you're just gonna see different witnesses that's gonna tell you about their findings and show you their footage, okay? So like I said, this sulfur once again is so special, okay? Because the sulfur that comes from volcanoes, okay, that comes out 40% sulfur is yellow, okay? It's yellow, but the sulfur that's here at Sodom and Gomorrah, it's white, okay? I told you. So the intentions, my intentions here is basically to clear things up, okay? We gotta start taking steps to clear things up, and we gotta, we're clearing things up. Basically, the truths of matters are gonna be revealed, so that people can have a more clear picture, so that when it comes down to making decisions, everybody can make a clear decision, okay, on which way they want to go, okay, which is where we at right now, okay. So, let me first say that, okay, the King James Bible, okay, it's been talks that's like that's the best Bible, okay. I'm gonna have to disagree, okay. The King James Bible is thoroughly tampered with, okay. But I'm not saying that to discourage you from reading it. I just want to let you know that it has been tampered with, okay. But the truth is still there. The truth is still there, okay. Now there are other Bibles out there where there aren't any tamperings, okay. I suggest people go and get you, a Bible that's not really tampered with. I don't have the names of those Bibles right now, but yeah, look it up, and if that's what you need to do, get you one, okay. Now, as far as white Jesus and the white baby angels and all this stuff, okay, it's going to be proven that those are lies. Okay, it's going to be proven that those are lies. Okay. Now, on one aspect, okay, Jesus might be white. Okay, like it depends on your perception. Okay. Now, it's knowledge that the original man was black, so-called melanated. Okay, the original man was melanated. Okay, this is what started the world. Okay, so the original man is so-called black, melanated. Everybody else born on earth is born from a so-called melanated black woman. Correct? Okay, like I said, right here, the intention is to clear up all the misconceptions and to start removing lies. Okay, now, like I said, in the Bible, okay, the Messiah is also, when he was on earth, he was melanated, so-called black. He said, if you're looking at me, you're looking at the Father, you're looking at God. So he was so-called black, melanated. The angels in heaven also so-called black, melanated. Okay? So with me saying that, I'm just clearing up all the misconceptions, okay? And the names need to be corrected also, okay? So I'm just basically saying that to say that, okay, the so-called black man, okay, those God's children, okay, God's children. Why do you think that so-called black people are hated? Okay, one of the most hated people on this earth. Okay, why is that? Okay, but when we move out all the whitewash, and then we bring all the true information in, where it's like, okay, black people, so called, are black, are the Most High's chosen people. Okay, now Russia has opened up their vaults. I'm gonna do another video on that, but Russia opened up their vaults where they have all the pictures and the portraits and this and that, all displaying about the Messiah, pictures of the Messiah, paintings of the Messiah, everything, the crucifixion, everything. And these are all black, so-called black melanated people, who are we gonna call the Israelites? Okay, the Israelites, and everybody on this earth hates these people. So here we go. I'm just letting you know.
Just one touch. I didn't even see the sulfur on my finger. Look at this blister. It was so hot, it was indescribable.
Man, them softball balls was big. Okay, that's what you call like hail. Okay, you gotta imagine if that was like hail. You know how you get them big hails that be coming down. It be raining down. Hail, ice, man. Okay, now imagine those big sulfur balls coming from the sky on fire. Like, whew, goodness. Like, you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, when you think about it, you know what I mean? You really gotta really, like, be serious about this, okay? You gotta really be serious about this, okay? Because basically, like, you know, that's, like, this information that's coming out right now is basically coming out right now because basically that's like the Most High. That's like the Most High. That's God basically. He's ready to prove himself now. He's ready to prove himself. Like, look, this is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I let you play around. I let y'all play around and this and that and next. But he still, it's like he still wants to be respected. He still wants to be respected. Like, stop playing with me. Okay? Like, that's what it is. Okay? You call God the Father. He's like, stop playing with me. Okay? Because apparently in Sodom and Gomorrah, they was playing with him. They was playing with him, but he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. So with this information coming out, is to make the situation more real for people. Because I understand, you know, we've been brought up in religion. We've been brought up in religion where religion is giving us false information. They've been giving us false perceptions on what reality really is, who God is, and this and that, who the Messiah is. Everything has been told to us, you know, false, slightly false, if not, well, whatever. But it's been curved. The truth has been curved. So you know, as of right now, like I said, I know people been in religion and people feel some kind of way or this and that or the next. But like I said, the truth is being revealed. The truth is being revealed. So basically, yeah, okay. Like I understand, you go through bad things in your life. You know, had a lot of bad situations and trauma and hurt and pain. I've been there. Did that. Okay, all that. You don't get what you want. You don't get what you want. You don't get what you want. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. But me personally, I never cursed the Most High. Okay, I don't curse him when I go through stuff, etc., etc. But I understand there's people that do. Okay, and then it's another issue that people just want to do what they want to do. Everybody want to do what they want to do. Okay, but it is what it is. Like things that you decide to do come with repercussions. Okay, and those lessons come from growing up and having to deal with discipline, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, if you make the wrong choice, yeah, you might have to pay for it. You go to choice, you might go to jail. You go to choice, you make the wrong choice, you might die. You might get hurt. Da 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 da. So God, the Most High, He's saying the same thing. Okay, you got choices to make. You can follow what I'm saying, or you can do what you want, but you might have to pay for it.
This is absolutely staggering. We've traveled the Holy Land. These are the believed sites of Sodom and Gomorrah. There is some discrepancy as to where they might be, but the evidence is so overwhelming that right here, this is where Sodom and Gomorrah is. I have been absolutely impacted and impressed by this. It's just, right now I just feel just a sense of awe over me right now as we're here. And as we have discovered in these areas a brimstone, and they're like balls. And this brimstone is totally different than any other place on the planet. Most other brimstone, and I should mention brimstone is synonymous with sulfur. So brimstone is kind of the old word for sulfur. So we have found sulfur balls all over in these city areas here, and it's unlike any other sulfur on the planet, as I mentioned. They're white, and they are about 90 to almost 100% pure.
That's just more witness testimony, talking about the sulfur balls. Okay, that's already been confirmed. Okay, now let's talk about Lot's wife. Okay, and this is all for the people that's not informed. Okay, when in the story of Lot and his wife leaving Sodom and Gomorrah, while it was getting destroyed, by fire and brimstone. Okay, the Most High gave them an instruction. Okay, don't turn around. Okay, as you're leaving the city, do not turn around and look back at it. Okay, this was instructions coming from God. Okay, but Lot's wife did not listen. Okay, she did not listen, and she turned around, and she immediately got turned into a pillar of salt. Okay, so that's just a lesson. You know what I mean? Basically, when the Most High tell you to do something, you better listen.
This brimstone is made of monoclinic, white sulfur that has been burned or cooked at a high temperature. It is quite different from natural sulfur that is formed in geothermal areas. Samples were taken to a lab for analysis. Each specimen was carefully separated and prepared for testing, with the outer portion cast aside. Next, the samples were dried and placed in a rock crusher. Then they were pressed onto a disc. Then they were loaded into a machine for the semi-quantitative X-ray analysis. Each sample was individually transported into the testing chamber for analysis. The results proved to be quite amazing. As the samples were found to be 98% pure sulfur, unlike any other sulfur found on Earth. This pure, cooked sulfur is the heavenly marker that was left behind to show the world that the Lord, without a doubt, destroyed these sinful cities at His command. Critics have said that the sulfur is from volcanic activity, but that type of rhombic sulfur is only 40% sulfur and is of a crystalline form, unlike the white, compacted monoclinic form that is found in the ashen cities today.
Okay, so that's the scientific proof. Okay, see in this video, man, like we giving it all to you. Okay, this is the scientific proof. We letting you see with your eyes. You know what I mean? The evidence, the proof. Okay, this whole city is ash. Okay, burnt to a crisp. There are sulfur balls that you can see with your eyes that they're like embedded in what was buildings. Okay, so apparently, yeah, all the evidence says the day was dropping from the sky. Okay, and it's 100% pure sulfur. So look, I know what this looks like, but I know it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be like, well, what is this like? What is this really about? Like, what's really the purpose? Okay, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of this? Okay, it's basically because this is 2024, the year of truth. Okay, so basically the purpose is just to for the truth to be put out there. Is also with evidence like this. Evidence like this is going to prove that the Bible is true. Okay, now I know that I said that the King James Bible has been tampered with, but I also said that the truth is still there. Okay, so to know what the situation really is, okay, you would understand why the information would be tampered with. You know what I mean? So basically, perceptions could be moved. Okay, your perception can be changed. You could be swayed away from 100% pure truth. Okay, so that would be common sense if people knew what was really going on. Okay, now basically, like I said, even proving that it's true, changing people's perceptions. Okay, what are the perceptions? White Jesus. Okay, that's not true. Okay, it says that he had feet like burnt brass. Okay, hair like wool, eyes like fire. Okay, so first human beings, melanated. Okay, we gotta remove the lies. Okay, names. Okay, the things that's been changed in the book. Names have been changed. The names of places have been changed. Dates, all types of stuff. But you can get the correct names. You can get the correct names to these things. Okay. Now, like I said, the book. This ain't the book. It tells everybody who they are. Okay. It's so true and it's so real that everybody that's here today is still in the Bible. Okay. All races. Okay. So everybody, it's like a history book. Okay. It lets you know the history of everybody, all the nations. Okay. Now, as far as black people is concerned, okay, black people, okay, like I said, this ain't no racist issue. I'm dropping this disclaimer. This ain't got nothing to do with racism or nothing, but point blank period. So-called blacks, okay, you've been slaves. Okay, you've been slaves. The world wants you to be free. Okay, the world is waiting. They all know the truth. Okay, you don't. Okay, black is not a country. Okay, it's not a country. It's not a nation. It's not none of that. Okay, African American, white people can be African American. Okay, legally. Okay, so I'm just saying, you know, it's evident when you look at the situation. So-called black people, you don't know who you really are. So this is really what this is all about. Because, like I said, the so-called black people are going to be it's going to be proven that you are the chosen people of the Most High. Okay, so it is what it is. So you went into slavery. Slavery was supposed to last 400 years. Those dates go 1619 to 2019. Do the math. Okay, do the math. So basically, we all know so-called black people are the most hated people on the earth. Okay, we've been treated the worst. We go through all this and that. It's been all types of programs and different little situations that make our life harder, that make our life hard. Okay, but everything lasts. Everything has its own time. Okay, there's always a beginning and an end. Okay, the Bible says the first shall be last, last shall be first. Okay, so you know we're in a period of change right now. So just something to think about. Okay, this is the purpose of this. Okay, it's time to wake. It's time to wake up. Okay, it's videos out there where it's people that's just like begging people from other nations begging like, oh man, black people, so-called black people, it's you, you're the chosen people, you're the Israelites. Okay, it's names that need to be corrected. Okay, Jesus, white. No, that is an idol. That is an idol. Okay, I'm gonna reveal the names later on in the video. Okay, hit that like button while you at it. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button while you at it. All right. So, names have been changed. Okay, these idols, and that's another issue we'll probably discuss in a little bit. Idol worship, etc., etc. So it just is what it is, folks.
Considering the Bible describes this as being once like an Edenic area, you see nowadays it's just completely dead. As we are told, to this place that was judged, today is completely dead. Nothing is growing here. The whole thing is like sponge. And I really want to find one of those sulfur stones before the sun goes down. I really want to find one of those stones to show you. That is not a normal shape. That doesn't look natural at all. That is definitely seems to be a man-made shape. And is this not enough evidence for people to find all of these man-made looking structures, ashen remains, crumble in your hands, in the location where we're told in the Bible as evidence of God's judgment, as described by Josephus, historian, but then also finding circular, almost pure sulfur balls in the middle of the ash, in the middle of the walls and the shapes of the buildings. Is this not enough evidence for us to see that A, the Bible is true, and B, God is a just God and we need a saviour? Because sin requires punishment. Sin brings on the wrath of God, and this place is the evidence of the wrath of God, a holy God who is righteous and true, and this place was very rebellious.
Yeah. You see, I know what this is going to do. I know what this news is going to do to the world, etc., etc. Okay, it just is what it is. Okay, now, like I said, in changing the perception, it's like this. Okay, no matter, and once again, like I said, this ain't got nothing to do with no racism, no hate speech, no going against any type of communities or nothing. Okay, everybody got free will, do what you want to do. Okay, so I don't want everybody just getting their feelings and this and that and the next. But, as far as perceptions is concerned, like I said, as far as people from the other nations, let me go ahead and get y'all out of the way. Okay, it's people from the other nations. Okay, you down. This ain't no hate speech like, man, F all y'all and da 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 da. I'm not doing that. Okay, I know it's some of y'all that know the truth, and yeah, y'all down. Y'all down. So let me just get that out of the way. Okay. Now, as far as the Most High, okay, get to know the Most High, okay, like I said, and as far as putting perceptions where they're supposed to be, okay, they call the Most High Father. Okay, he's the Father because he is the Creator. He is the Creator of everything. Okay, so he's the Father. Okay, because he births life. Okay, just like we do, like regular men do. Okay, you know what we got swimming down in there? Yeah, it's called life. So anyway, he's a father, okay, and then he calls his people his children. So this is a parenting type of arrangement. This is a father-child relationship that we should be having with the Most High, okay. Now I know a lot of people, we've been in slavery or whatever the case may be, different kind of human beings that has been a lot of people that haven't grown up with their fathers and don't know how that relationship actually works. But basically, the father is like the disciplinarian. So the Most High calls himself Father. Okay, in the Bible, he says, I chastise the ones that I love. Okay, what does that mean? It means that if he loved you if he love you when you do wrong, he gonna come down on you. You gonna get a spanking. You gonna get some discipline. This and that and the next. Okay, these things don't hurt you as much when you realize that it's a thing that's called tough love. Okay, but it's still love. So basically, he's always wanted his children to listen to him and to obey him like a normal human father would do for his children. He wants them to listen, obey. It don't happen like that all the time. Okay, sometimes you get your children and they just want to do what they want to do. Okay, and he deals with the same thing. Okay, he's showing us his life and experience through our own life. So you got to be looking at this situation like a mirror. Okay, now what people don't understand is his children. I told you who his children are. Who his children are: Israel, so-called black people. All right. He says that we are stiff-necked people. Okay, stiff-necked means you hard-headed and you don't listen. So what is his form of discipline? Okay, he can't just come down here and smack us with the big hand every time. He can, but it's not how you look at it. We don't listen to him. He put us in slavery. Okay, we don't do this and that. We turn our back on him. He turn our back on us. Because he ain't playing. Because he not playing. I know him personally, and I know he not playing. Okay, and you got to look at it from a different perspective. Like I said, okay, you can't look at this like pushover, like Mr. Pushover, Mr. Nice Guy. You know what I mean? Mr. Nice Guy, pushover, white Jesus, white God. You know what I mean? No, okay, you're dealing with something that you don't know about. Okay, and he not playing. He all love and he got mercy. That's why he let us go this long. Okay, but of course, at some point in time, he gonna be like, man, it's time to get right. It's time to get right. Okay, and the time is right here. All right, like I know it's hard to deal with. Okay, as far as the so-called black people understand. Okay, it's been a plot conspiracy to hide truths from you. But the fact is that everybody's been lied to. Okay, all the other nations been lied to. Okay, everybody thinking they this, they that, they on top, they this, that. Yo, everybody been lied to. Okay, but the point of the matter is, okay, the Most High made his people a peculiar people, a special people unto himself. Okay, so his people are going to be different from everybody else. What are the differences? Okay, what are the differences? Black people, my people, black people, I'm talking to you. Okay, you special whether you like it or whether you don't. Okay, you got melanin in your skin, you got melanin in your cells. Okay, that's protecting you. The sun is your friend. Okay, you get energy and everything from the sun. The sun loves you. Okay, all right, you made differently. I watched a video a while back where it says that people from the other nations have like 6. I think I might have to go back and double check 6 DNA strands, and God's people have like 9. Okay, I'm gonna go back and check that. But you know what I'm saying? You made different. Okay, so it is what it is.
Now, whether or not you've heard of this discovery before, I want you to think about the fact that nobody talks about this. Why is this information so suppressed? Something that Lotan said that resonates with me is there was nobody there. There was not even a tourist attraction or anything. Dude, if the LGBT community knew, if this was widespread information, and if everybody knew that Sodom and Gomorrah was real and God actually wiped out the city, why do archaeologists not look into this? What are they looking at? If they're not looking at this, where it's directly in your face, what are they actually spending their time on? Lotan said there's nobody there. Dude, this thing has been discovered since 1990. That's 31 years ago. Come on. There's no archaeologists in Sodom and Gomorrah with all this video evidence after 31 years. That's the world we live in. The truth is suppressed.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, what if the people knew? What if people knew that Sodom and Gomorrah was real? Okay, like people hear the stories, but to actually know and have evidence and proof, like that just changes the whole thing. Like to know that it's true, the story to be true, the event to be real. Okay, it just changes the whole game. Okay, it changes the whole game. Now like I said, I'm doing this video on Sodom and Gomorrah, but there's so many other events. There are other events of the Bible with so many other events, things that stories that are in the book that have been discovered, proven to be true, things of this nature. So basically, in one way, shape, or form, the book and the information in it is being proved to be true. Okay, so that just like changes the ball game where everybody like, well, it's not real, it's not this, it's not that, this is all some little make believe fairy tale. Okay, if that's true, then how is the book pointing out locations, events, items? You know what I'm saying? Stuff, things that you can find on a map. Okay, like the book is so accurate that it gives you coordinates to places and locations that you could actually go to and find. Okay, and to be like it's not true. If you would think that, if you would think it's not true, then that's like I said, it's all about free will. Do what you do. Do what you do. Okay, but that was a good question that was raised. Like if people actually knew these things were real, what would that actually do? Okay, so it's a complicated issue. Then he said that yeah, it's been covered up. It's been covered up. It's not something that nobody wants to talk about because basically there's a reason. Of course, there has to be a reason for why this information is suppressed. Okay, what is the reason? Because people don't actually. There are people in powers that don't want you to know that this is real. They don't want you to know the validity of the ancient scriptures. Okay, that tells everybody's story. Okay, it's God's people, the Israelites' family tree, and this and that. Okay, this is a very deep conversation. Okay, and to the alphabet community, once again, I mean, I said that I don't got this ain't about no hate speech, no discrimination, nothing. Okay, I'm pointing that out. Everybody got free will. Everybody do what they want to do, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not in it. I'm not in it to be arguing or to make it be doing nothing negative. Okay, God, He got people that He love. He got people that He love. Okay, He gonna love you. But if you do something He don't like, He gonna have a problem. Okay, so I pretty much understand. Okay, I understand what it's all about. Okay, people mad at the Most High. He said He don't want man to label man, and this is in the book. And this is in the book. So, like I said, don't get mad at me. Okay, but I understand what the controversies are about. Okay, he say man not supposed to label man as if he would a woman, and a woman ain't supposed to label a woman as like she would a man, etc., etc. Okay, look, okay, pedos. Okay, he not dealing with the pedos. Okay, violating children, young people, etc., etc. He told us this is all written in the book. Okay, he said that you're not supposed to be in a relationship with your mother or your father or your sister or your brother, cousin, uncle, aunt, cousin, like you know what that is. You know what I'm saying? He laid it all down. Okay, you're not supposed to be in no relationship with your dog or your cat or goat, anything like that. Okay, like it's a lot going on. Okay, like I don't know everything that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, but I'm sure it was just talking about all types of things that you just can't imagine. Okay, but the Most High said He wasn't going for it, and people got a problem with it. Okay, I can understand, but I'm only talking to people. I'm only talking to people that got the ears to hear, that got the eyes to see. You know what I mean? And you might just want to look at this situation with Sodom and Gomorrah because if it's real, I mean, basically the only interpretation I'm gonna get is that the Most High is pretty much like, I had to deal with this before. You know what I'm saying? With people that don't want to listen. People that want to rebel and this and that. Okay, like I said, it's freedom of choice. You got to do whatever you want, but that's basically all it is about choices. So people do what they want to do. Okay, I'm not here to judge. I'm not judging. I'm not holding no comments. I just understand the big picture. Like, okay, people just it's the proud, it's the pride, it's the idolatry. It's a whole lot of different little issues, but it's still the possibility that all the facts are true, but we just been pushed to the left or right because of religion. But once everything gets set straight, you realize who is who. You know what I mean? Who is who, where the truths and where the lies at. Then you pretty much just have to deal with that. You pretty much have to deal with that. That you might be dealing with something that's over you, and you know he not playing, they not playing. So whichever.
Every one that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deed should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God.
Okay, folks, we're gonna go ahead and end this video. You know what I'm saying? I had fun. Revealing this to people. Most definitely. Okay. This video doesn't have anything to do with religion. Okay. I've always stated and stressed that there's a difference between religion and truth. Okay. So I want to let you know this isn't about religion. I don't want to get into no religious debates. Okay. Because I'm not involved in that. Okay. There's a way that has to do with just truth that doesn't involve that. Okay. So, that's where I stand. That's where I stand as far as that is concerned. This ain't no religious debate, okay? Because I feel like religion has a lot to do with people's perceptions being led the wrong way, which basically was its whole purpose from the beginning, okay? Because like I said, the Bible says that you gotta, search and you will find, okay? You have to read the book for yourself, okay? Or it's a possibility that you might be getting deceived. Okay, and it has occurred for a lot of different ways. Okay, so anyway, like as far as the names is concerned, okay, clues is here. Okay, the term is hallelujah. Okay, the clue is Yah, hallelujah. Okay, Yahuwah. Okay, that's how I pronounce the Most High's name. Most people say Yahweh. Okay, then going along with that, Yah is his son. I say Yahuwah. Oops, sorry about that. I made a mistake. That pronunciation was Yahusha. Okay, some people pronounce it Yahweh Shai. Some people pronounce it Yeshua. Okay. So, it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. The Messiah said that when I came in my own name, he said that I was rejected. He said if somebody else comes in another name, he says that they will accept him. Okay? So, it's issues as far as the name. But anyway, I just wanted to reveal that to you. Okay, I definitely appreciate y'all coming through, chilling with me for a little bit. All right, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Okay? Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. And go ahead and comment below. Okay? Comment below. I like that. Go ahead and share this video with your friends. Share this video so other people can have knowledge of this situation. You know what I mean? Like I said, comment below. I like for us to talk about it, discuss it, deal with any type of issues or debates that people want to have. It pretty much is what it is. All right? So look, man, y'all make sure y'all have a great day, a great night. K is out.